Warning, this podcast contains spoilers. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the ASOTV podcast for American Horror Story Roanoke, Episode 8, Chapter 8. I'm your host Mike, and joining me is Jake.
Sunny Moo Moo, actually.
Sunny Moo Moo, and
Sunny
Nikki.
Moo Moo? Yeah, me.
So, Sunny Moo Moo, can you see in that thing?
No.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a car seat cover, right?
Yeah, see, my eyes are right here.
Yeah.
I don't know where this here on the mask is, though.
That's the mouth.
That's actually
the cheeks.
Were you... No, you didn't meet up with us for the animation thing. That's the smile lines.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Apparently I can't draw. Anyway, this episode picks up... I like it when they pick up right where we left off. Like, no suspense, no 2 weeks later, none of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
With the butcher, like, Shelby and Dom are watching the butcher pull her cleaver out of Agnes's head. And, Dominic is freaking out, man. I didn't sign up for this shit.
Yeah, you did, actually.
You totally did.
I didn't sign up for this. He told me if I played a good villain, I could get my own spin-off.
That's what you're worried about, really?
I mean, you've seen people die all around you. You still want your spinoff? You don't want to survive? Okay.
And what was the
priorities, dude?
I don't understand what the spinoff was going to be about. This is a reality show, and like and it's not a spinoff of your character, because the character you're playing is a real person, and this show is about. It's not really about you. It's about the actual house. So I don't understand what you thought was going to happen.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. I mean, my Roanoke nightmare, or anything of the sort. It's about, scary stuff. And the house,
Yeah.
and the hauntings, and the ghosts, and the killings, and the...
Sounds similar to another show.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So yeah, Dominic's freaking the hell out. But, we lost...
Shelby's just like, shut up. We told you so.
It's like, you acted this out. You, come on. But,
Like, you know the beats, but... Yeah, but now it's real. And Shelby's like, whatever, we did this shit.
It's like, I already went through this. This is take 2 for me. And you know what? Congratulations, we're screwed. But they get attacked by pretty much everything. Everything that was killed.
All of them.
All of them. The nurses, the Chen family, the piggy man.
Okay, so this is where I had a question.
Okay.
Because in the reenactment, it's the Red Moon deal, and it's the only time the butcher can actually be stood up against. Like, she can actually, get hurt. And when, her own son freaking throws her in the fire kind of thing. Couldn't you be like, hey, why don't we all work together and beat the shit out of her instead of you coming after us? Because this is the only time you can actually, go against her. She doesn't really have any she can't really manipulate you in any way. You can fight back.
Like, put an axe in her head?
Yeah.
Well, we don't know, because that's how it was in the reenactment. We don't know how it is, actually. Maybe the butcher does have some kind of power over them. Or maybe they're all just a bunch of dicks, because, those nurses were not benevolent in the slightest. Yeah, but the Chens, I don't know what their deal is, and Piggy Man, I guess.
I don't know what any of their deals are. And last episode we saw them sneaking, going through the tunnel, and the ghost of Mott, like, a freak, charged at them and everything. Like, and when
Whereas
they were
in the
down there,
reenactment,
he was helpful.
he was a nice guy.
And
yeah.
in this episode, Shelby even says that could be, whatever his name is, that could be him. He could actually help us.
So he was helpful.
He was helpful the first time. Like, but he had a reason. He's like, I don't want any more people in my fucking house.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be alone. So I mean, yeah. So him charging at them the other day, and the other episode, it really doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I really don't know. But let's see.
It's like, women, ew.
Yeah, I know, right? So Shelby is just done. Like, they're running, they're escaping. Dom takes a stab wound from Piggy Man, and then Shelby loses, almost loses a foot to a chandelier.
Yeah, that was all after they went back to the basement. She saw what she did to Matt.
Yeah, she saw what she did to Matt. And after getting her ankle broken, she's laying there, decides, I can't live with this, and cuts her own throat.
And then she started laughing.
Yeah.
Because like she's laying there, and then she just starts laughing, and Dominic's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" She's like, we're in the same spot we were last time."
Mm-hmm.
We're in the same spot. We're screwed. And then, so now, rest in peace, Shelby.
Yeah. Well.
One down.
See, there was also the question of, like, if they aren't the victim of the Butcher and her minions, do they stay there as spirits? Like tortured souls? Because, I mean, Shelby killed Matt, and Shelby killed herself, but neither one of them were the victims of the Butcher or, the nymph or any of the minions going on. So are their souls locked there now? I mean, it is the Red Moon, so that might have something to do with it.
But we don't know. Like, they weren't killed by the Butcher or the Butcher's victims or the Butcher's minions. They were killed by themselves.
I think they don't come back because those nurses killed like 5 people, and we haven't seen those people.
That's true.
Those old people. And the doctor guy who owned the house before, he got killed, but he's not around.
Mm-hmm.
As well as a bunch of other people who were killed on the property, but they weren't seen.
Yeah.
All right, then.
It's possible a lot of them were driven mad and did end up killing each other or themselves without the Butcher's influence at all. So it's, we don't know about all of the deaths. We just, the ones that seem to matter, I guess.
Yeah, the big ones.
Mm-hmm.
So one down. Moving on to the Polk hostage situation.
It was nasty.
Very
nasty. It was
nasty.
gross.
Teaching Jether.
Is that it?
Yeah, that was his name, Jether. Jether.
I couldn't quite understand. I thought they were just stuttering. So I thought it was like, but even if they were stuttering, I couldn't quite come up with the name that they were trying to say. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had to look it up because I had no idea. Anyway, Mom was teaching him how to carve up a tasty treat.
Thanks, Mom.
Poorly, having part of her leg removed.
It's just like, first they do the top.
She's alive.
She's alive.
Uh-huh.
We confirmed that she was alive because they had to. I mean, we know that they were carving the top of her thigh out, and then they carved the inside of her thigh out and her shoulder, her one shoulder.
And they cut off her ear.
And her ear, yeah.
I forgot about
that. Pickled ear. You get a pickled ear for Christmas.
Pickled ear for Christmas, yeah.
And a bunch of other things.
It's the best time of the year.
Yeah, he started listing all these things that they can do during Christmas, and it's kind of sad.
We also find out that the Piggy Man was a Polk originally.
Yes,
So Piggy Man from season 1 was inspired by this season's Piggy Man.
Or so it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, So the Pokes knew the legend of the first Piggy Man that was actually burned on the little spindle thingy. And what was the Poke's name? Like Big something?
I don't remember.
Okay, we'll call him Big P. Big P. Well, we know stories from season 1.
You froze up there a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We got, how he was in season 1, and then you just...
Yeah, we know the story from season 1, and then everything after that just kind of...
They said the season would connect everything.
I don't think it's... Unless the episode 10 connects everything, like,
Or it would
clearly.
start connecting everything, at least.
Well,
yeah,
they said it would start.
okay, good.
I think they said they want to do 2 more seasons before they start connecting everything. I think next season they said they want to do a crossover between season 1 and season 3, which will, connect more stuff.
Okay.
Then I think
So
the
more
season
present
after that,
time stuff?
Yeah, and I think after that they will start connecting all of them.
Okay. I just want to see more aliens and devil stuff. Come on. Season 2.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? So yeah, anyway, on to the Polks, who, when Lee is alone in the room with Jether, and she says, she wants to see a picture of her daughter, which, he pulls out of her wallet and shows her, and then she says, I want to talk to her. So, he holds up the camera or whatever, and then she, on camera, admits, I killed Daddy. She admits to murdering Mason. Now, Nikki and I earlier tonight had an argument, not really an argument, but a disagreement over this.
It was kind of like a debate.
It was a debate. Now, my stance is that she admitted to killing her husband, then realized, based on Jether's reaction, realized she might have a way out, escaped, killed him, and now, at the end, she wants to go back and collect the evidence, because, oh shit, I just confessed to murder, I need to destroy it. Nikki, however, thinks the whole thing, including the confession, was a ploy from the beginning.
I figure she's smart enough that she could read Jether from the very get-go, that Mama was, he's the youngest, right? And, he has a lot of, he can't do a lot of things because Mama says he can't. It's tradition, and he feels like he can. And, this is his first time cutting somebody up. She's I think Lee could see that he felt like he wasn't exactly Mama's favorite, and he was feeling neglected. So she pulled out the maternal card and started making him feel more comfortable with her. Mm-hmm. She's like, it's in my back pocket. That's where the picture is. So he had to touch her butt. He's not allowed to do that stuff. The whole thing with the Pokes is to have that intimate time with Mommy eventually. Well, he's having intimate time with Lee, who is a mommy already, and she's asking him to do this stuff, which is really, really gross. But I think she understands the mental. It worked.
And she is a cop.
She is a cop. She has the understanding of how things work with people, like how their mind works, and she really played on his needs.
And my whole thing...
I mean, he's a growing boy.
Yeah, he's a growing boy, and I agree, she played on his needs, but I'm still thinking that confession was real and genuine.
I have to say, she... a couple episodes, she says, how can I, myself, string a man up like that by myself?
Yeah, true, but...
you saw how he was just, he was posed there. I don't think Lee would pose him. I think she'd just knock him off and bury him somewhere. She wouldn't have him there for everybody to see.
Yeah,
no.
I don't know.
I mean, again, she's a cop. I don't think she would be sloppy like that. I mean, that is a very intricate setup, but again, it's sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
Also, now she wants to go back with later in the episode with Audrey, because, let's get to that. So Lee escapes. She kills Jether. Audrey and Monet are in the basement, and they're also, being tormented. Not yet cut on, but it'll be their turn soon. And, basically Monet's chair breaks. I forgot what the one guy was doing.
He was trying to pull out her teeth, and
Oh,
he
that's
was
right. He was
putting all his weight onto her,
Right,
and
he
then the
put all
chair
his
just
weight on
crumpled.
her, trying to pull out her tooth, and the chair just broke underneath them. So she gets out, and, like, knocks him out, or whatever she did to him. Oh, no, God, why don't I remember this part?
It did happen pretty fast.
He ran off to get something to fix the chair, right?
Yeah,
Well,
no.
his
He went to go get the big
pliers
pliers.
Right, the big pliers. And she used that moment to get out. And then she was going to free Audrey, and they heard, Mama and whoever else coming down the stairs, and she's like, I'm sorry, I'll be back. I'll come back for you. And then, gone.
She didn't come back.
She didn't come back.
Well, she was still being chased,
She's
though,
being
so,
chased through the woods by two of them.
Yeah.
And then Mama's down there trying to pull out Audrey's teeth, which
she did.
She gets one.
Those were expensive.
Those were I paid good money for these teeth. And then Lee to the rescue. Bam! Whacks her over the head, frees Audrey, and Audrey just goes to town on Mama's skull.
Mm-hmm.
That was satisfying to watch.
That was satisfying to watch, and this brings us to Lee's whole "we gotta go back there" thing, because you're on camera bashing Mama's head in. It's like, she's like, we were being held, tortured, blah, 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 like, no one's gonna convict me for that. It's like, the only thing you'll be remembered for is bashing that old woman's head in.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I think, Lee wants to go back and get the footage, because, there's also her footage of being, confessing. So that's why I think it was all a ploy, and she just wants to get rid of her confessing, because then they would convict her.
Oh, yeah,
even if she were.
Regardless of whether the confession was a ploy or genuine, it's still a confession to murder. She needs to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And all of everyone, because that wasn't the only murder. Because also on camera, Lee killed what's his name?
Jether. Yeah, she strangled him.
That was
no. She strangled him first.
She strangled him, knocked him out, and then she stabbed him in the head.
Sorry.
All that was on camera.
Yeah.
Shelby beating the shit out of Matt's skull is on camera. And also Audrey killing Mom also on camera. All this stuff has been recorded. So gotta get rid of all of it.
A lot of it.
Yeah.
Well, clearly they didn't, because we're being shown.
Right.
This.
Yeah.
So they get back to the house. Lee and Shelby. I'm sorry, Lee and Audrey. They find Shelby's body in the bathroom, and Dom's just leaning there against the wall, just completely done.
Well, he did get stabbed by Piggy Man in the kitchen, so he was feeling it.
And that this is after they found Matt downstairs, who was so, his head was so smeared to the floor that it took them a little bit to identify him.
Yeah, the back of his head was smeared, but the front, that's why they kind of played around with his face so they could see who it was.
And so, they're up there, and he's just like, we saw Matt, and he's just, yeah, she killed him. Shelby killed him.
No.
And then she killed herself because of all these reasons, and they're like, no, you did it. You're a dick. Get the hell out of this room right now.
Dominic is a dick. He wouldn't kill someone.
No,
I don't
think he's that much of a dick. And, they just lock him out of the room while he gets hacked to pieces by Piggy Man. Yeah. So, that went well.
Yeah.
But the real surprise...
So then it's...
Go on.
No, I think it's what you were going to say.
Yeah, the real surprise is at the end, they wake up, they're like, I didn't think we'd survive the night. And...
Yeah.
They go, they hear a noise, they open the front door, and here's Piggy Man standing out there, they whack him in the head. And it's like, whoa, stop, it's me! He pulls the hat off, and it's the actor who played the butcher's son. And they,
Why are you in the suit?
It's like his name is Dylan. So, and that's where the episode cuts off. The guess we both had is he's
He was contracted to show up at this time on this day by Sebastian, and to show up to just scare them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
you're a little late to the party, dude.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like, he was, that was his thing. Like, okay, show up in a couple days, scare the shit out of everybody, wearing the piggy man hat, blah, blah, blah. And being he didn't hear anything, he just went ahead with the plan.
Mhm.
And now here he is.
Now you could have gotten killed.
Adding 4 to our list of potential survivors.
Yeah.
We were down to 3, now we're back up to 4.
This is so frustrating.
I don't think it's him, though.
I don't think it's him, though, either. I think he's going to die horribly.
I mean, they keep adding people back to the cast because, like, initially when they told us, oh, one person's going to survive, we were looking at the cast that was in the house, just like, we're like, out of these people. And then they bring in Agnes, and then they're bringing in, like, Dylan, and, there's other people, and there was, like, Sebastian and all of them, so...
Out of everyone involved, only one lives.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're down to 4 left. I mean...
It was the one that... There's an intern somewhere running around. He went to go get coffee, but it's taking a really long time. There was a really long line, you guys. And then he comes back, and everyone's gone.
That's That's the survivor. Because out of our original predictions 2 weeks ago, and continuing last week, Lee's the only one left that we predicted would be the survivor. Because we predicted Shelby and Dom. It was Shelby, Dom, or Lee. 2 of them are dead. So the only one we're left with is Lee.
I completely wrote out Audrey. I was like, she's never gonna make it, But there she is. She's like one of the final. Yeah. I think there's 2 more episodes, so we're not quite sure.
And now, if Lee is the survivor, she's fucked because this footage is being shown.
Well, I mean, a lot of it decriminalizes her.
Not the confession part.
We don't know. We haven't seen the rest of the stuff yet.
You're right. We haven't seen the rest of the stuff yet. But I don't know. Like, I want to keep going with Lee, but I have no idea anymore.
I mean, at this point, she's carved up. She's missing muscle.
None too clean either, so it's possible.
No.
Infection would set in before she got out of there.
Mm-hmm. And, I mean, they're not going to do they put people that have disabilities like that into an actual prison, or do they just, get a special out? Or I don't know, because, like, there's no way that she'd be able to, especially if she gets an infection and, like, there's more damage done, she'd be able to survive even if she got convicted.
I mean,
in a prison because of the other people.
Those injuries, she's going to need physical therapy and stuff to get past. Mm-hmm. I mean, depending on how much muscle they cut out of her leg, she might walk with a limp for the rest of her life. Who knows what else with her shoulder. But
plus, she's probably going to have to go through rehab again.
Yeah, and because of the hit of coke she took. Mm-hmm. But as far as...
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, she kills Jether in a coke-fueled rage. But after that, I mean, if an infection sets in, it could very easily kill her. I mean, that's a really, really, really large open wound.
They might as well took a bite out of her leg. That's what it looks like.
And I mean, they cut her deep enough, where Mama cauterized the wound behind it, as the kiddo was cutting her open. So they could have cut deep enough to hit a vein or an artery or something.
Stop it.
In which case,
My leg hurts.
And just go spewing out. Shh.
Yeah. Like, don't want you bleeding to death before, we're finished getting our prime cuts. She does I forgot about this. She did the Hannibal Lecter thing. She did the...
Yeah. Don't do that.
As soon as
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I know, me neither, but she did that, and I was like, oh, you fuckers.
They did explain how Lee is still alive because back in that time they didn't have freezers or the icebox.
Yeah, so they had to have things survive while they ate, kind of thing.
So thank God for tradition.
Yeah. Thank God for tradition. We also find out, and I almost forgot to mention this, the mystical, magical origin stories of their cannibalistic traditions and rituals, aka it was the Great Depression and they were fucking hungry.
I mean, yeah.
Like, I was thinking it's a ritual to please the Lady Gaga wood nymph, or it's a ritual to please the butcher, or it's some other kind of, like, traditional backwoods hillbilly pseudo-magic stuff. No, it's we were starving to death and we...
It's the Great fucking Depression. We're sad and we're hungry.
We're sad, we're hungry. Let's kill that guy and eat him.
Yeah, I mean, back in the Depression, I mean, it was much easier, especially if you're already hungry, to just pick a person out of the crowd than go out and hunt.
Or you could do what they actually did and just put flour in water.
There is that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
or kill yourself.
They did a lot of... Yeah, there was a lot of crazy stuff they did. I mean, survival is survival. You'll do some pretty weird, nasty, and or fucked up things.
Ugh.
I mean...
That's gross.
Go out into the woods, overturn some rocks, and find some grubs. I mean, great source
Eat
of
a
protein.
heart. You know, Lady Gaga, she's just giving them out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, now that I'm thoroughly creeped out and have pains in my legs, does anybody have anything else to mention?
The
there's a
synopsis
theory.
for next week. Okay, theory.
There's a theory going around just how to connect this season more to other seasons.
Go for
So
it.
I had a prediction that this was one of Billie Dean's episodes of her show.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. I don't think it is. But I still think that Billie Dean is like connected to this somehow, because of like what she said in season 1. This isn't my theory, but there is like a popular theory going around right now in the AHS community that Audrey is Billie Dean. Like Audrey actually learned how to do this all psychic magic-y stuff. And then later, to hide from this, to hide from the fact that she's a murderer, she changes her name, keeps the American accent, and the reason why she knows this stuff in season 1 is because she was actually there.
I like it. And it would fit nicely.
Yeah, that's definitely something that I would never expect, so.
Oh, that'll be so cool if that's the actual thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unfortunately, that'll be either... Fortunately, it could be confirmed. Unfortunately, it could be shattered to pieces if Audrey dies.
Yeah.
But it's a nice theory. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
There was a similar theory, it was kind of like that. There was a theory back when season 4 was still going on that Sister Jude was Elsa, or Elsa was Sister Jude. That doesn't fit though because Elsa died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did a whole how many years in the future Elsa's got her own talk show and she died because she performed on Halloween.
Edward Mordrake.
Mm-hmm.
Best part of that season.
Mm-hmm.
And the freaks themselves.
Yeah, the characters were interesting. That season, I don't know.
Just the things that happened to them wasn't.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the other thing. So, that's all I got. And as far as synopsis for next episode, I can never find them, and I don't think they exist.
They don't.
I'm pretty sure they don't. They've been keeping because I remember for the first, actually, I've never been able to find a synopsis for the next episode of this season. And we've done the last 7 episodes of this podcast without reading one, so even if we can find one, I'm good with not doing it. So
we're not gonna predict. With this show, we're not gonna predict anything right anyway.
Yeah,
exactly.
There's nothing on there.
There's nothing on there. I don't think they're releasing them because I don't think they want you to even know what's coming.
They probably didn't write any.
I think that's the whole point of this season because they didn't tell us what it was until it aired. So I mean, might as well keep up that whole motion, the train, because
and keeping it as a found footage thing, which they're doing now. Like first it was a documentary, like the first season of a show, and now it's a found footage documentary. Like keeping it, that's the essence that they're keeping with. You're not gonna know what's gonna happen, and if it's a reality show, are they gonna really write you a synopsis for next episode?
no, it's not supposed to have a synopsis. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, but it's not an actual reality show.
Right,
it's a show. It's a show about a documentary show that turned into a reality show, and we got the actors. And
yeah.
This guy over here gets it.
It's all fun and games, though. It's great.
Until someone loses a leg.
Well.
Or part of a leg.
Part of a leg.
And an ear.
And an ear.
And
a little bit of her shoulder. Yeah.
I am so glad I was not born in the bumfuck woods of North Carolina. On that note, I think that's our show.
Yeah.
Jake, where can the people find you?
You can find me here on YouTube with Sunny Moo, and you can find me on Twitter, tweeting me throughout the week, throughout the life, at To Nowhereland. That is TONOWHERELAND. Join the Nowhereland Society.
Nikki, how about you?
They can find me on Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyVenom24.
You can find me on Twitter at Philidren, THILLADREN. You can follow all of us on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, MySpace, and YouTube at ASOTV Podcast. You can follow us at those places for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, movies, and games. Thank you all for watching.
Later, Gators, I guess.
Later, Gators.